today this is just going to be a talk with me about my basically being a teen mom. So I am 19 and my first pregnancy was when I was 16-year-old. People have like millions of questions for me who I know from the past and stuff, but yeah, I got pregnant when I was 16, and then I had my baby when I was 17. So that pregnancy was just a whole like another level of pregnancies. So it was probably the worst pregnancy I've ever had, out of all three. Mikey J's pregnancy was just absolutely awful. I was constantly ill, I was constantly throwing up. My first trimester I threw up all the way through. My second trimester wasn't so bad but still threw up. And then my third trimester was awful again. I just threw up all the time again. That was really awful. I was constantly ill, I was really bad. So yeah, with that pregnancy, I'm gonna go on to how I told my mum and dad. Now, telling my mum and dad wasn't too bad because my mum fell pregnant at 16, and so did her mum, I think. So like it wasn't too bad. Like my family is sort of known, like as bad as it sounds, my like obviously with my mum being 16, she couldn't really say anything, as she had no right to, because obviously she'd done it. So I sort of got away with it that way. My dad obviously was a bit pissed off and he was a bit like, you know, you're gonna ruin your life basically. But he's literally said that to all my sisters, no matter the age. He's like, you're gonna ruin your life. If you have a kid, you're gonna ruin your life. Because obviously my dad's very business oriented, like he always has been. That's always been his goal, is for his business, and he has got his own business. And he's had his own business from a young age and he's always worked from a young age. So he thinks because we have kids that's automatically going to stop and we're never going to live our lives, but obviously that's not the case. So he's very old school that way. But yeah, then telling like telling my sisters was probably the worst. They didn't say anything to me, they were just like, okay, whatever, cool. But it was like, it was weird at the same time because like telling them was harder than telling my mum and dad, because obviously there's five of us. There's me, I'm the youngest out of five sisters, so like there's Emma, Jade, Tracy and Tony, and then me. And me and Tony always used to be the closest. Like we were never close per se. I was always a mummy's and daddy's girl and the rest like did their own thing. But because obviously I was a lot younger than all my sisters, like there's 9 years between me and Tony, or 8 years between me and Tony, something like that. So there's quite a big age gap, and then between me and my older sister there's like, I want to say 12 years, probably more. Yeah, I think there's more because she's 30. No, that's about right. Yeah, so there's about 12-13 years between me and my older sister, so there is like a big age gap. But like all my sisters already had kids and fell pregnant at young ages too, except for my oldest sister. She didn't fall pregnant until she was like in her late 20s. Obviously that was her decision and stuff like that, and that was my other sister's decision to have kids at a young age. So my sisters that had kids at a young age didn't really say no. Our Emma didn't really say no. She was just like, congratulations you guys. But me and Tony have always like had this really like close bond. Like me, Tony and Tracy and Emma and Jade have. But it's like, I don't know, me and Tony have just like sort of really exactly the same person. So like she's always got it. But when it came to me falling pregnant, she was fuming. She was like, oh, what have you done? You know, I've had kids at a young age. She shouldn't have done it and stuff like that. She got over it fast. She didn't really have a choice. But yeah, so telling her was probably the worst, but she didn't react in a bad way. She was just like, oh, you know, and I'm here if you need me type of thing. Then what else? So then onto my next pregnancy. I fell pregnant at 17 with Georgie. Did I? Wait there. No, I fell pregnant at 18 with Georgie and had him when I was, wait there, and had him when I was 18, yeah. So I fell pregnant with Mikey J, which is my oldest, in 2016 when I was 16, and then 2017 obviously I was 17, and I had him in the March. and I fell pregnant in the May time with Georgie, and then I had him in the December. So I literally had 2 babies in the space of 1 year. So 2017, I literally had 2 babies. So that's why everybody just calls them twins, because they are they're called Irish twins. If you Google it, it's just 2 children that are born like in a year of each other. Then I had Georgie. That pregnancy was bliss, didn't have no problems, no sickness, nothing throughout the full pregnancy. Then Archie's pregnancy. I had him, he was due in June this year, 2019. I had him in May, the 24th of May. A lot of Michael's girls were born in May, so like a week apart. So like there's a week between Archie and Skye, and then there's a week between Skye and Shelby. So like there's 3 kids born in May, out of our kids, so it's like a lot in May. But I had him in the May. His pregnancy, the first trimester was brutal, like proper brutal. I was constantly tired. I was just so sleepy. I couldn't be bothered. My energy was just running so low. Then it got to the second trimester. I was fine. I was up and running about with the kids. Like I was doing just my normal shit basically. Then the third trimester, I was fine, but toothache hit. Obviously, when you're pregnant, you get really bad tooth acid, and sticky acid in your mouth and stuff like that. So it rots your teeth, and I was getting really bad toothache off my wisdom teeth anyway. So then to add on to that, I had all the acid build up in my mouth. So my teeth next to my wisdom teeth were killing me throughout the whole end of the pregnancy. And it made me never want to get pregnant again. Like, it was that bad. But yeah, then I had Archie. Obviously, he was premature. Not by much. He was on like 3 and a bit weeks premature. But it's still scary when a baby is premature, because obviously you've got that, like Georgie was 5 weeks premature. So that was scary in itself, because he was in an incubator and stuff. So having Archie early as well really did frighten us, because we were like, oh, we don't want him to go into like an incubator and go through all that again, because it is painful, like watching them constantly be picked at and poked at, and in this little machine, like you can't really touch them and stuff like that, and them being so tiny. Luckily Archie didn't have to go into one. He was totally fine. Everything came back fine. So now I'm going to go on to the weights that they were born. Mikey J was £8 4.5, so he was my biggest baby. Still is my biggest baby. He's a proper little chunk. He's a little bull. He's so naughty though, but that's for a whole other video. So yeah, he was my bull. He was £8 4.5 ounces. Georgie was £6 2 ounce. Am I correct? Yeah, Georgie was £6 2 ounce. He was literally like a little doll. He was like literally this big. He was so much like a doll. And then Archie was £6 3 ounce. Yeah, £6 3 ounce. He was literally an ounce bigger than Georgie, but he was still chubby. Like he still had the big chunky face and stuff, whereas Georgie didn't. So yeah, my pregnancies were, let's just say, all totally different. Everybody says, oh, if you're having a boy, it's going to be this way. If you're having a girl, it's going to be this way. No, like it's totally different every single pregnancy, no matter what, I believe anyway, because no pregnancy is the same. Like I was 110% that I was having a girl. With Georgie, I was like, this is totally different to Mikey J. I'm having a girl. I ended up having another boy, which I'm happy about. I love my boys to bits. Like, I wouldn't change them for the world. I wouldn't even change them for a girl. No way, because Skye and Shelby are on another level. But yeah, so having another boy didn't bother me, but I was determined that I was having a girl, because obviously the pregnancy was totally different. But then when I had Archie, I knew I was having a boy, because I knew that all pregnancies were different. So I was like, I'm either having a boy or I'm having a girl. But then I decided, when it got near enough to the 16-week scans, that I was having a boy. But being a teen mom, let's get on to that bit, because I have got to hurry this up a bit, because the boys are in the front room having a nap and I don't want them to wake up. So being a teen mom, obviously I am only 19. A lot of people think I'm a lot older, because 1, I look it, because I'm constantly drained. 2, I'm just so mature for my age. I always have been since I was about 10-year-old. I've always been the same. But being a teen mum, I absolutely love it. I wouldn't swap it for anything. I do wish I would have waited a few years, but then again, I wouldn't have what I have now if I did do that. So I don't have any regrets or anything like that, because at the end of the day, if I waited them few years, I wouldn't have my house, I wouldn't have my kids, I wouldn't have the family, I wouldn't have my business, I wouldn't have my work and stuff like that. So nothing would be the same really, and I wouldn't like that. But obviously, if I didn't have my kids, I'd probably be in a gutter somewhere, to be quite honest. I was drinking all the time, I was out at parties constantly and stuff like that. I was just doing shit I shouldn't have been doing, to be quite honest. So Mikey J literally came at the perfect point in my life. Like, so did all the others, obviously. Like, so did Mikey, Georgie and Archie. But Mikey J, because obviously with him being my first, he came like a perfect point in my life when I needed him. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It's hard. You get grey hair, you end up putting weight on, you know, you're not yourself, you do end up with stretch marks, you do end up with fucking cellulite and shit. Like, I used to be skinny. I've never been a skinny girl, but I used to be skinny. I used to be able to wear a dress and not have no lumps and bumps, but just have my like curves. Now it's just lumps and bumps. But it does bother me. I do want to lose weight, but it's not like, I know at the end of the day I've had 3 kids and I've literally just had my 3rd, so I've just got to take it a bit slower. But it is hard, and if I'm not condoning being a teen mum at any point, because don't. Go live your life first, enjoy your life, spend your life partying and going out and having fun. But if you're settled and you really want to, go for it. Nobody can tell you not to, nobody can tell you to do it. It's your choice. You can only do what you want to do. Like, don't listen to anybody else's advice. Obviously, it is hard. It is so hard. There is nights where I want to scream, I want to cry, I want to bounce my head off a wall. But at the end of the day, that's just parenting, whether you're 14 or 41. Like, it doesn't make a difference of your age. You are going to get stressed, you are going to get angry, you're going to have this hormonal fucking breakdown every day. Like, you're going to do it no matter what. So just, yeah, that's it really. Life's life. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching this video. I will be doing another video on Saturday and Sunday, like I did say before. This is just a little random video I wanted to get up in the meantime. So I'm going to go. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and put the big thumbs up. I'll see you later. Bye.